What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about a trade that we took today, per usual, live traded, live streamed, live executed in our private community. 150 points, the biggest move of today's crazy day. This was they started down 140 points, then we caught this huge move up here, almost 200 points at the highs, and then we went right back down about 170 points. So pretty much like 600 points in total, which is totally crazy. On NQ, 1% down, 1% up, 1% back down. Pretty much end the day slightly into the green for NQ. We're going to talk about how did we hold this trade almost all the way through, what was my thoughts behind it, and even a trade that actually went bad into today's price, today's execution. One trade that went bad, we lost about 20 points, small, compared to our huge win. As always, if you're not trading live with me every day, you're like, hey Antonio, I need to catch 160 points. I don't know how to. Well, don't worry, I got you. I stream live every single day in our private group. Go down below, join our group, and let's see. I'll see you there. So first and foremost, we're over here on NQ. We're gonna start off on the hourly and then work our way down. As you can see, the day prior we had this massive sell-off. Right, we had about 2% move down here on NQ, and then we had this was after hours with a nice little rebound to just about from the wrong tool. Let's get our Fibonacci tool. Just about that, right into that golden pocket area. And I tell you guys all the time, the golden pocket is not to be played with. The golden pocket was the exact top for today. The golden pocket is a tool that you need to master. And if you never master the golden pocket, you need to go in our group. We have a full mentorship, and it will teach you how to use the golden pocket. Actually, I just took this and I tweeted about it because I forgot, you gotta tell people the golden pocket. The golden pocket, completely insane. That was our target for today, which we ended up hitting right on. So that was what we had. Move up, move down. Then we get into today's session. Today's session started off here 9:30. This is the 9. It's an hourly, so it's 9 to 1. We had I believe it was PMI. We had some sort, no, jolts. Sorry, it was jolts today. So we had this big move down right into this yellow line. This yellow line, what it might be, you might ask. It's the previous day close. So the area that I was watching alongside this, a little bit of liquidity that was sitting right here. This is a little bit of liquidity from the pre-market, as you guys can see here. Look, this was resistance, right? Resistance. Boom, we pop above it, and a lot of times, guys, the liquidity is just a level below it, resistance to support area. We come back, we hit it, we wick right under, and then we go back on up. So I was watching this 17,978 area on a larger time frame. On the 15-minute, we can see that big bounce. As soon as we hit it, it quickly bounced. And I tell people this: you want a big candle when you hit liquidity. You don't want to be scared. You want these big red or big green candles, because usually it means there's a lot of volume coming into it, and it will give that slingshot effect of this big V-shaped recovery. Right. So we're gonna go now on the 5 minutes to see the execution. So we had this big red right here, and then we saw this next candle right here, which was pretty much like some kind of hammer type of doji type of deal. And then we see here in this 1 minute, we entered on this 1 minute retracement. So you hit it, big 1 minute green, and then this 1 minute red here was actually our entry, roughly right there. Really nice enter with a stop below this wick, close below that wick, and we're targeting a few different areas, but we really wanted a big win. And I told the team, this is our target, 1816 right there. I told the team I was looking for a big win on this trade. Of course, I was going to play safe, risk was real tight regardless, just follow on up. Our first target was roughly right around this area. This was a previous resistance area that we had seen. So that was on of itself. Let's say you only took this trade. It was a 1 to 2.5, but the overall trade was about a 1 to 8 risk reward. Let's call it 1 to 7 risk reward. That's my first level. Then our second level was right on the golden pocket move, pretty much of today's session. So roughly around here. So into this big pop. Took some more, and you guys can see this actually held the support later on, and then eventually we had our last target of this. It was 1, 2, 3 targets. Beautiful trade. Our full exit was near the top. And as I tell you guys, this is what we look for. We always look for liquidity. You cannot trade without liquidity. You have to understand, where's the liquidity, and am I having a big candle that is going to hit that liquidity? A lot of people tend to be scared to trade. If you see a big red candle, you're like, oh shoot, a big red, a big green. It's very dangerous to buy and sell into that area, and I agree with that. But if that, sometimes that when you're scared is when you need to jump, right? So there's I think it's a saying in there. It's You always have to jump when it's the scariest. It's saying like that, and it applies sometimes also for trading. Now, of course, you always gotta be risk management. You gotta make sure you're doing it at key levels. You're not just doing willy-nilly, just at any point, any different level. You're just going long or going short. You have to make sure you're doing it at key levels. In this case, we had the previous day close. We had this liquidity that we got taken out, as you can see here in the 1 minute. Look at all these equal lows here. They got taken out with a tiny little imbalance even right here. This is always to fail. Then I was gonna look more around this 17,890 level. We also had one more level of confluence into this trade. If we zoom back out to the 15, it's easier to see. Easier to see, and as you can see from low to high, what do we see there? Sorry, no, that was not the high. This was the high right here, right into this. What do we see here? 0.5 retracement, 17,187 dollar level, and now we can see this level kind of holding as a resistance to potentially move back down. So that was today's trade. Amazing trade. 150 plus points, so almost 200 points, 175 to be exact. What was our last exit, and just a beautiful trade. You guys can see now this level also holding a support as the market is still open. We got 5 more minutes into the market. Sometimes it gets crazy, those last 5-minute candles. But this is not today's only trade. Today's trade, we also took a small loss, and I'm all about being honest with you guys and showing us the wins and losses. So today's loss was a little bit of a silly trade, if I'm being honest with you guys. I was targeting this with a stop loss below this wick, so it was about a negative 22. If you guys look like minus 22 points. I thought we had a little bit of this trend line here. We took out this liquidity once this closed back above it. I thought since the market was so strong, even though we were literally at the area of resistance, looking back, it's definitely a dumb mistake today. You can see we had this huge imbalance here on the 5-minute, hourly, pretty much all time frames. And I thought we hit this, we hit it, we filled the imbalance, we came back down, we took out this trend line liquidity. I thought we got this nice green. We also started with a nice green, thought to flip it, but no, did not go our way. We cut it real quickly, maybe a max minus 25, 27 points. But hey, if you do, and I also said into this trade, let me pull it up. I say go very, very light. I knew it was not an A+ setup. I knew I was getting might be more trouble than what it was. And as you can see, our risk manager was Ryan Supreme. So even if it was a small loss, it was even a smaller loss because I told everybody to go light. While for the regular trade, I say it was just a regular signal call out, as you guys can see right here. I say just regular size position. You can see here was not added exact entry at 10:08, so it's right onto this candle. Right as this candle was forming. So yeah, overall both this trade a little upset about. It should not be. It should just not take. I should just gone short. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. And the second trade, well, made up for it. So it's totally fine. At the end of the day, trading, you can take wins, you can take losses. It's all about the right risk to reward. And if you manage risk correctly, you should always come out on top. That's why we always recommend, or I always recommend, a positive risk to reward. Not that it's needed. Sometimes if your win rate is good enough, you don't even need a positive risk to reward. But in our case, we have positive win rate and positive risk to reward. That's why I believe we're the best group around, as well as not only live trades, live executions, live everything, signals. If you cannot watch live streams, we also have a full mentorship that you can learn, study for only what is it, $100 a month, $115 a month. Promise you, it's a steal. Get in there, and as always, I'll see you guys later. Peace.